Further discussion? Ms. Spartz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to strike the last word. And I actually thought about this issue for some time, and I think our founding fathers did too. And they decided not to prescribe term limits because they thought, you know what, American people have a chance and they have an impact. Unfortunately, since founding fathers thought through all of these processes, a lot of negative things happened. They never thought about 16th and 17th Amendment, where now a lot of senators don't even remember where their states are located, or maybe don't have capacity to remember, or how much money is spent now in DC, and how much money go in political PACs, and how expensive this election became. So I think, considering the amount of money that invested in these races, I think have shorter term limits is actually would be better, because that this big special interest group wouldn't be as much interested to spend money, and actually maybe some person, good American with good intent, would be able to win in some of these races. Not only people that are able to raise money and have their own money. I think this has become a huge problem. And don't worry, guys, you're still going to get all your pensions even in 6 years. So you'll be all good, set to go, which is ridiculous that we even have pensions. This is actually a duty, not a, it's a service. It's like a tour of duty. So I think it's good. And another thing I would like to add, honestly, this job is a hard job, and it's meant to be hard. And you know what? The longer you stay here, I think you have the two things. You become part of this swamp, or you completely give up. So I think you have, as a human being, so much time and energy to do. So I think, you learn your first term, you make some move, but you know what? If you cannot accomplish something in 6 years, probably let someone else to try it. Otherwise, we become run here by young kids, and some of them great kids, but you know what? If we run here by 25-year-olds that never had real life, and some people that have been there all their life, that also don't understand what real life is, we're going to be real in trouble, and we are. So I think actually this is something that we have to highly consider. I think fresh ideas, we have many Americans, millions of Americans that could represent here. Fresh ideas, fresh energy, fresh deliberation would be actually very healthy for this institution, that it's not run, it's top-down approach, but not run by big money, but actually we will be represented with the people, and people don't have to worry about as much about the next race, but worry more how we're going to save this republic, because a lot of issues here that we're deliberating shouldn't be a partisan issue, because there are some issues that will be very, disagree very much and debate very, very vibrantly. But there are some issues like national security issues, like border security, that we shouldn't have deliberation. We should actually start governing. So maybe people will not be afraid to stand up against the very powerful money machine and say, you know what, I'll do the right thing regardless of consequences, and we'll save this republic and protect these people. We have many Americans died for our freedoms and have this greatest experiment that ever existed in history of the world. And we have to remember, not just talk about it. I had one of our active military guys send me a very interesting note that he did for memorial service of his fallen brother in Afghanistan. And it was very impactful for me when he said, it's not just words and tributes and all this different presentation we do, but how do we carry on with actions and our flag of freedom and our ideas and ideals forward, and stand up and fight for these issues, and not being afraid. Big money machine pushing on us, status quo pushing on us, being being able to challenge our own party. It's very easy to blame the other side and do presentations and circuses here. Very easy, but actually challenge your own party and say, you know what? My party needs to get up and put the money where mouth is, because we're betraying the American people. We're betraying a lot of heroes, and doing a lot of presentation for the social media here, where the country has some serious issues, and we might not agree on all of them, but we can find common ground if we want. So I think this legislation maybe help us to get stronger, grow backbone and stamina, and actually start serving the people that we're meant to be. Because as I said, there is no lobby for the people here. We're the only people lobby for the people. And if we fail, our republic is going to fail. And I'm not ready to give up. So I urge my colleagues to support, but not to oppose this amendment and support this bill.